That is the hardest part of that ring.
For the hardest part of the ring. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the hardest part of the ring.
Hello and welcome to episode number 19 of Hardest Part of the Ring, the podcast where four friends get together to discuss the wonder of professional wrestling. I'm Adam, and finally, after a number of weeks, the four of us are back together again. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Hello, John.
Hello.
And hello to Brett.
Hello.
Back together, feels good.
We're out of our
Boys
pods.
are back.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, we're all out of our pods at the same time.
Out of our
Incredible.
pods and into the pod. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's a bit of wordplay.
Meta.
Cool.
Very
how I roll.
clever.
Thank you.
Last week, of course, it was just John and I, and we sat down with ring announcer and MC, the mullet man, Jason Santiago. Sam and Brett, I take it you had a listen?
Yeah.
He has great taste in wrestlers.
Yeah.
It does.
No,
yeah.
it was a great interview.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really cool. And
Yeah.
if you're listening, Jason, thanks again for coming on, and we'll definitely get
thank
you back.
Mm.
Yeah. This week, we are going to discuss the WWE pay-per-view that happened on Sunday night, Elimination Chamber. So should we just do it straight away?
Let's eliminate this chamber. Nope.
That wasn't as good.
Let's do a different one. Let's just cut that.
No, we're not cutting that.
No, no.
Let's talk about
Please,
Elimination
please,
Chamber
please.
now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Balor chin first into the hardest part of the ring. Uh-oh.
So, Elimination Chamber 2018 happened Sunday night at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. A little bit of history for you. The first ever Elimination Chamber match happened at Survivor Series 2002, where Shawn Michaels was victorious. He beat Triple H. Triple H was actually the guy who came up with the idea of the Elimination Chamber, even though in kayfabe it was Eric Bischoff. Are you guys generally fans of Elimination Chamber, the idea?
I don't really get the point of the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I haven't been. And then in this one, I was like, oh, I think I get it. And then I was like, not totally sold.
I'm a fan. I like the format. It's quite
Yeah,
brutal.
I do. I think it's cool because it's like a mix of lots of them. Like this,
Yeah.
like Hell in the Cell,
Yeah.
bit of Royal Rumble, them coming in staggered, and War Games.
I'm a big fan of the more rules you add to a match, the more I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm not sure if a match needs a rules page to begin with. It's
Yeah. It
I
definitely
like the simple ones.
feels like Running Man crossed with Mad Max, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It
Like
has definitely got the
Yeah.
Thunderdome
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
It would be better if weapons hung from the roof.
No, we had that with that Asylum
Yeah.
match and that was awful.
God.
Oh,
yeah,
that
but
was terrible.
that was the one where they brought a chainsaw to the ring, wasn't it?
Was it a chainsaw?
I think I don't remember.
don't
I
know.
remember.
We're
It's
talking
a
about the
potted
Ambrose
Yeah,
Jericho
yeah.
match.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, that was a good match.
That was not a good
So
match.
slow.
It was funny match.
It went on for like 40 minutes. Anyway,
Oh.
Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber 2018. Let's just crack straight on, I reckon. The pre-show, which I definitely didn't watch, was Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows versus Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. I don't even know who won. Anybody know who won?
Balor
The
Club.
Balor
Club.
Club won one.
Wow. It's said in unison. Incredible. Then we got on to the main card, which started off with a massive match, the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match. Alexa Bliss defending against Sasha Banks, Mickie James, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville and Bayley. We started with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville from Absolution in the ring with Bayley. No, we didn't. Yes, we did.
No, it was just Deville
we got to
and
that
Bayley.
point.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well done, Adam Richardson. Good hosting.
It's all right, man. You're rusty.
We started with Sonya Deville and Bayley in the ring. And then Rose came in straight after that. So we had a little bit of Absolution 2-on-1 action. What do you guys think of Absolution at the moment?
Do you know what? They're growing on me a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
think
Sonya
Deville's
Deville.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Deville's
think
great.
Deville's good. And I thought Mandy Rose was pretty good in this match as well, actually. I like their entrance. I think they kind of...
I still think she's a bit green. I think Deville's
Yeah.
got some great knee strikes in there and in that match. I think.
Deville's getting
Yeah.
stronger and stronger, I think.
Yeah.
Her strikes do look good. What about Paige? How much do you reckon she gets paid to sort of walk out 5 steps?
Should be on a contract, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're generally pretty good with injuries and contracts.
Well, yeah.
It's a strange one with Paige because like they're still using her music for all of this, and it's like
Yeah.
the understanding at this point is she's not going to wrestle again, isn't it?
Well, they're sort of leaving it open.
Yeah, has there been any official word on that?
I guess not.
No, not yet. So yeah, Deville and Bailey, and then Rose, and then Sasha Banks joined, and then we had the first elimination, which was Mandy Rose going out via the bank statement. I was kind of surprised that Absolution didn't make more of their sort of power in numbers early on and just get rid of Bailey.
Yeah.
Storyline did not allow.
Yeah, they did have that nice bit where Rose like punched Bailey and then Deville speared her onto the outside.
Yeah.
Which looked brutal.
Yeah.
I'm really liking Absolution as a tag team. Actually, I think kind of they're coming across as good heels, and I think that's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite nice to just have a female sort of faction, stable.
Absolutely, yeah. And
you don't really get that.
it doesn't seem like they're kind of like busy mates or stuff like that. It's just like they are rocking up and kicking ass. They remind me a little bit of Adam Cole's faction in NXT.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't quite get the reason why they're a faction. At least they're wearing a sort of similar sort of outfits now. Like obviously they're all wearing white.
For sure.
Well, I think the
Helps.
the women's though, they've always sort of put groups together, but it's all been based on like friendship and stuff before, hasn't it?
Exactly.
So it's quite nice that they're doing it more like a stable, you know, a bit more business like, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. With Mickey then came in, Mickey James, sorry.
I like her new ring gear, no flares.
Yes.
Oh, I
She's
miss the
updated.
flares, Mickey.
I thought she
Who
looked
doesn't?
good.
She looked great. I'm a
yeah.
big fan of Mickey James. I think it's great having her back in WWE.
I'm coming round to her, definitely. I think a few weeks ago on the pod I said I wasn't a fan, and then you said, John, that you were, and then I've sort of been like, oh, okay, maybe I should
Anything to be
rethink
cool,
this.
Adam.
Yeah, I just want to be like John.
If me or Sam had said that, you still would
have ignored it.
Yeah.
Totally. But yeah, John, I really like her too.
Factions.
And the next elimination was Deville. So Absolution both went out early. Mickey James got rid of her. Then I think Mickey was next out. The belly to belly from Bailey.
Did we miss Mickey James's leap from the top of the pod?
That's how she
yes.
eliminated Deville, wasn't it?
That was pretty
Very
sweet.
impressive. Yeah, it was.
Wasn't expecting it.
Very nice. And then the final three, which probably could have been called before the match happened, were Bailey, Banks, and Bliss.
Yeah.
I loved it when Bliss came out and then just looked terrified, started climbing up the cage, and they were chasing after
And
her.
so ensued the slowest chase of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was pretty nippy.
It was all right. It was definitely reminiscent of The Miz last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
I
that
think
was great.
Everybody did better than, it could be very easy to look awful, those climbing spots.
Yeah.
So yeah, they weren't terrible. We shouldn't give them too much grief on that.
No,
Just
it
quickly
was good fun.
Off topic. Is it a new chamber they're using this year?
Might be slightly updated.
Taller.
Yeah.
It's definitely taller.
It definitely looked like a new one to me.
Don't know.
Okay,
I saw that it cost around $300,000 to produce.
Hey?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, there's a lot of lighting. There's cameras inside
Yeah,
the pods.
the lighting actually in the pod was really weird.
That was.
It looked
I
like
liked it.
waxworks.
From
I really liked
underneath, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they had those really high-tech sliding doors to let them out.
Yeah.
They've definitely. Some steel company has a great contract with WWE making all of these new contraptions.
Yeah, definitely.
That's probably where Buff Bagwell is now. Still welding it.
I could see that. I think that would be great for him.
Great sidestep.
So next out was Bailey. She got rolled up by Alexa Bliss, meaning that Bliss and Banks were the final two. Obviously, we should probably briefly talk about what Banks did to Bailey.
Oh, off the
yeah.
pod. That was great.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
had been like her step into heel, fantastic. But
But seeing as
I
it
still
wasn't,
imagine, they're going to continue being best friends forever. Which
I
is
feel that we're on that road though. At the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks is a brilliant heel, though. She should be a heel.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think those two could have like such a defining feud, like even worthy of like headbanging WrestleMania next year. if they do it right.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, Bailey and Sasha Banks have had the best match, or one of the best matches I've ever seen at NXT Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just needs to be done well. Like it does need a slow build.
The thing is, I think like the build to the match can be slow, but I think they're going a bit too slow on this heel turn because it's so we so know it's happening, and it's really obvious in the scenes that they're doing, or the promo bits that they're doing. So it's ruining this part of it a bit, I think.
But I think that's a recurring problem across all of WWE at the moment in this run up to WrestleMania. Everything feels very telegraphed, very slow, very methodical.
It's very telegraphed until actually you're thinking like, hang on, what the fuck are they doing? Which I found with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So after that, so as I said, the final two were Bliss and Banks. I love the Twisted Bliss. I think it looks so cool, especially in slow-mo.
That was awesome.
The one off the top turnbuckle looked good enough, and then she did it off the top of the pod.
Yeah. I still don't quite understand how it works. It's just kind of jumps and then ragdolls and then lands.
I just like the way she...
It's just like a half turn, isn't it?
Get all the way around. Yeah, it's quite simple, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a cool move. I really like it a lot.
She styles it out, though.
She's so small that I can't imagine
Properly
it hurts.
styles.
No, that's true. And then, Bliss went on to win.
Yeah. She's been champ for 180 days.
And
182 days by now.
she is very much going to be the lamb to the slaughter of Asuka, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I expect so. But I was pleased she won.
Terrific promo afterwards.
Oh,
though,
my
right?
God.
Really good.
Oh,
I think it might be my
good.
highlight from the whole pay-per-view. Like, honestly, I thought, this is cool. Is she turning face? Is this... I fell for it totally. And I know a lot of people probably, the proper fans probably didn't, but I really did. It was so good.
Yeah.
None of you will ever accomplish any of your dreams.
Thanks,
So
Adam.
funny.
Stop phoning me and saying that.
Sorry, Sam.
I think she's great. I can't get enough of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, good start. And I
love
just
that
thought,
match, by the way. Probably
Yeah.
my match of the night, actually.
Yeah. I think it was really well laid out.
One of the better ones.
Yeah, definitely. Good mix of spots and storytelling, and everybody got involved. So yes, very good. Next up, we have a match which I doubt we feel quite as passionate about, and to be honest with you, I think we're probably going to save some time and not really talk about it at all. But it was the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Bar defending against Titus Worldwide. Titus Worldwide with no heat whatsoever, no reaction when they came out, and that's pretty much how I felt, and didn't really watch it. So should we just skip it?
Just one thing, Titus O'Neil should not be in a wrestling ring.
Yes.
Yeah, I got nothing. Just
No.
Dana Brooks' clipboard. That's all I had.
Yeah, what's on it? We want to know, don't we?
P45s.
It's just going to be like really crude statistics, like rest hold 2,
I don't
leg
even
drop 1.
They're not even like faking statistics, because they had it in Raw that like Corey Graves was trying to find out what was on the stat board, and they were like, he couldn't get hold of her. She was in a meeting. There was it's like there's no stats. They haven't even
know what'd
made
be
any
amazing?
stats up.
If they're just on there, it just had a page saying Akira Tozawa and a question mark.
Yeah, it's a shame, really. Obviously, we're all big fans of the Bar, and they're a great team. And I don't know, this is a Raw match, and a Raw match that people wouldn't really be very interested in. So
That was a Raw pre-show match.
let's move on. Next up, Asuka versus Nia Jax. Asuka, of course, they talked about her streak at the start, the fact that it has now lasted for 873 days and has included 246 wins.
She's reached the point where she now has her own Royal Rumble promo, where it's just a list of numbers, and it's like Asuka has done this and that, and
Yeah,
it's
They're
mental.
really building her strong, though, aren't they? And big. They're putting a lot behind her,
yeah, they continue to
which
do
is
it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Don't know what the end game is with her though.
Well,
I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
Go on undefeated forever.
well,
I hope so.
Maybe not forever, but she's definitely. I think they can go on undefeated for a long time. If they can do it in real sport with
Fair
your
enough.
Mayweathers and whatnot.
Yeah,
I just hope this doesn't damage the rest of the women's division, just elevating one so far above everyone else.
Well, actually, this brings us on nicely to a question from a listener, Jeff _Freak Show. Will Asuka's streak ever end? And if so, who will end it?
Well,
I mean,
it's
I mean,
going to
hard
end.
to say.
It is
'Cause,
going
well,
to end.
Yeah, but it might be in like a year's time, and who knows who's going to be.
Maybe it'd be Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's going to be Bliss at WrestleMania.
You reckon?
uh,
Well, with interference.
You reckon?
I mean, it's going to be like it looked like from Raw. It's going to be Asuka versus Bliss, Nia Jax, and Mickey James.
See, I think I really want to see Asuka versus Charlotte, but that would be
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
there'll be a superstar shake-up at some point. It could well be Charlotte in the long run.
Yeah, with Ronda coming to Raw,
Yeah.
there might not be enough room for Ronda and Oscar.
Yeah.
On Raw.
Yeah,
But
who knows?
can we just say though, Asuka is like the best.
easily, yeah.
Yeah, she was great in this match.
Yeah, this was my match of the night, and I think Nia Jax actually looks
Yeah.
great in this match as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a really fun contrast, isn't it,
Yeah.
between the two, like the powerful, brutal side of Nia, and then Asuka's sort of submission attempts, and
Yeah.
she's so nimble and technical and
She made Nia look
fast.
amazing as well.
Yeah.
She really did.
Yeah. And I think that's the key with someone that is having an undefeated streak, is that as long as the matches are looking great and, you know, you're not just squashing your opponents. If you can see that, like, 'cause, you know, in that match, I actually thought, oh, are they going to, you know, stop it here because it's Nia Jax and she's like a formidable opponent. So it does have you thinking.
See, I never got that from it, but either way, it's kind of, you're right, it's better that it's kind of good matches rather than squashes the whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gives you different types of matches. She can be dominant. She can sell like a champ.
Yeah.
She's got everything. She's amazing.
Submissions,
Yes.
strikes,
Yeah.
change of pace, just awesome.
When Nia Jax was coming out, they announced her weight.
I didn't
That
even.
was-
I didn't
Yeah,
even
it
register
was
that.
Really weird because they've never done that before for any women's wrestlers.
That is weird.
It was strange. I rewound
You sure you
it.
didn't just imagine it? Oh, you rewound it.
I rewound it because I was like, wait, what? I wrote it down as well, but I don't.
I'd say, can you remember?
becoming-
Yeah, can you remember what it is? But it
Do you
doesn't
guys want
matter.
to take a guess at it?
No.
But I don't feel like this is I don't think this is cool.
No.
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 Nia can weigh whatever she wants. Anyone can weigh what they want.
If you're going to say her weight, Sam, then you should tell the listeners what your weight is.
I mean,
Are you
I
heavier? Are you heavier than Nia Jax?
I actually think I am heavier than Nia Jax by a fair margin.
No.
I think I am. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know the difference between. I don't know how to do pounds to stone. Being British is hard.
Google.
Okay, fine.
I
One
think.
day we'll find out. One day we'll find out when you two are face to face, which will happen.
Yeah, our
we'll get you
wedding.
on the scales. So after the match, Nia beat down Asuka as well, which is good. You know, makes her still look strong. Chucked her through the barricade. That looked awful. They always look really painful, those spots.
Oh,
through the
yeah.
barricades.
Yeah.
That one sounded great though, didn't it? Like
Yeah.
metal just flying everywhere.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Good. And then it seems to be a bit of a theme with this pay-per-view. We have good, then we have bad, then we have good, and then we have Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt.
Ooh.
What a mess. Mainly because of the crowd, to be honest, but obviously the two wrestlers involved and the sort of dull feud doesn't help. But what was going on with that crowd?
I don't know. There was beach balls, Mexican waves.
Yeah, Rusev Day chants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I realised as well, the delete hand signal looks really bad when it's done by a large crowd of mostly white men.
And why's that? Yeah, no, you're right. You're totally right. I can't stand Matt Hardy.
I'm liking his
Oh,
promos.
God, no.
I really am
Yeah.
actually liking his promos, but I don't like his wrestling.
The
He moves
video
around like he's got no knees. He's
Yeah, he
on
does.
stilts almost.
Yeah.
he leans
I-
forward
yeah.
a bit.
I find it cringeworthy, his videos, Brett.
The
That's what we're gonna
promo.
talk
Yeah, no, I was going to say the promo before the match was
Yeah.
like they should have just left it at that between like Bray and Matt Hardy just talking to a camera on their own, because the
Yeah.
match didn't bring anything of interest
It
at
didn't.
all.
No.
I was expecting at least something a bit bonkers, and there was nothing there.
I mean, one of my biggest takeaways was, one of the only notes I made was when Cole and Graves and Coach were arguing about whether Coach is a journalist.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I was as distracted as the crowd, I think.
Is Bray Wyatt the biggest disappointment in WWE?
Ooh.
I don't know how much you can blame on him and how much you can blame on just booking. He's a talented wrestler.
Yeah.
Let's be. Is he though? Is he really? He kind of.
Yeah, he is.
At Elimination Chamber last year, he won it and he became the World Heavyweight Champion, and that was not memorable. And since then, he's not done anything memorable, and he's just a loser.
Yeah.
Well, I think it is mostly booking. I mean, there is a little bit of it being him, but I think he's a good character. It's just the same old, same old. They push him a bit, and then they give up on him.
I mean, not that I could do any better, so I probably shouldn't pass comment, but I just think a lot of the writing is really suspect at the moment. So I can see why someone like Bray suffers.
Yeah, because I feel like with Bray, they need to go all in, like with the whole Wyatt family.
Yeah.
It needs to be like a really big thing, but they sort of did it a little bit, but not really fully committed to it.
And now they've got the Broken Universe. I don't know. I mean, it just feels like now is the time to... Don't worry about them having a match at Mania or anything like that. Go away, shoot one of these crazy films with, like, you know, whatever mental budget they have and just play that instead.
It needs, they definitely need to do the pre-recorded stuff for Mania.
It's just, for me, Bray Wyatt just feels like he is... I don't know, he's like the quirky version of Dolph Ziggler. It's like everyone who comes through, if they've got some kind of weird, slightly strange gimmick, it's like, okay, go into a feud with Bray Wyatt and beat him up, and then we'll take it from there. It just feels like a stepping stone. It's, I don't know.
Didn't WWE just sign or contract Jeremy Borash from TNA? And isn't he like the man behind the Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy film? The Deletion?
Yeah, apparently so. Trouble is with that though. I mean, I loved the Hardy stuff, the Hardy compound stuff, but that was what, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it just
moved
feels.
on.
It does. Yeah, it's just going back to it isn't working. I don't think.
I think that's the other thing, is that kind of the funny part about the final deletion and everything was it was a kind of a bit of a sleeper hit, like a proper viral, like just, oh, this happened and it's so weird, it's actually funny. And now WWE are trying to kind of milk it, and it's just like, oh no.
Yeah,
this isn't going to be
milk it, as you say.
Well,
2
you
years
got to
later.
think, you know, how different would things have been if Jeff Hardy hadn't got injured? They probably would they have done this? You know, or would he have been involved in it? I mean, I don't know what his part was in the TNA stuff or the final deletion stuff. I didn't really pay attention.
Have you not seen it?
Oh man,
no.
Oh, we need to do like a video where we watch it with Adam.
Yeah,
I know about it, but you guys at the time, you guys were all going on about how great it was, and it was one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, I'll check it out at some point, and then I didn't.
And then you watched 2 years of progress.
But hang on, but John, if you like it, then yeah, I'll check it out tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, so let's move on to the next section of the show, which was a contract signing, some admin. John's favourite.
Oh, I love admin.
Ronda Rousey was out to sign her contract. We had a little video at the start, which I thought was really cool. Got me really excited to think about how good Ronda could be. You know, she's such a talented sportswoman, and she knows combat sport, and it's just exciting. So, what do you think?
I thought it. I mean, it started a bit ropey when she started talking. I understand why. She's obviously very nervous, and I think doing a promo is probably the hardest thing in wrestling.
Yeah.
But I think she did really well to sort of pull it back. Like when she started talking about Roddy Piper, I think it kind of focused her a bit.
Then it felt a bit more real, yeah.
Yeah. And then sort of, I love the interaction between Kurt and Triple H. The whole flu thing was brilliant. And then as soon as Ronda turned and started looking intimidating, like her face completely changed. It was amazing.
Best
I loved
Scout
this.
2018.
Yeah, I love this segment. I thought it was badass. And then when she put Triple H through the table, so good.
Oh my God. I mean, we talk about WWE moments all the time, and how they're always killing to get their WWE moments.
I mean, WWE talk about WWE moments all the time.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why we talk about it. This could be one of the biggest ever. Like this, that's so well, not ever, but in the last sort of year or so, it's so iconic that her chucking Triple H through the table. It was just amazing. Such a great moment. I thought.
Was great.
He sold it like absolute champ as well.
Yeah, the blood in the mouth.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. And I thought Steph was great here as well. Like, she went for it. She went for it with that slap.
I wasn't I wasn't expecting to enjoy this segment as much as I did.
No.
I didn't expect. I don't think I just wasn't expecting anything of it, so I wasn't expecting the way it went. I loved Triple H saying Kurt is not feeling well.
Yeah.
I was just like,
funny.
yeah, Kurt's not feeling
Hold on. We were going to watch a contract signing. You weren't expecting someone to go through a table.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why, but it was great.
Yeah, I have to be honest though. When she was talking about how she's committed and love for wrestling and stuff, I had to leave the room because I found it so awkward.
It was so quiet as well, wasn't it? And the crowd were kind of not settling down and paying attention properly. I think the crowd throughout were pretty rubbish.
Bonkers, weren't they? It sounded like they were booing or people were chanting for someone else, and then there was really some chants. I was like, wow, this is really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
definitely.
I have a lot of hope for Ronda Rousey. I think she's going to do all right.
Yeah.
I think she'll learn the promo stuff. Like, she's used to doing interviews and all that in front of, crowds after fights, before fights, etc. So I think once she gets that...
Yeah. Well, she definitely didn't appear comfortable, and she was awkward. But then on Raw last night, just being a badass... Yeah, and now she's got the vendetta. She was much better, much clearer, more confident.
She's got motivation, which I think is important.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing her interact with Shayna Baszler and just kind of maybe them rolling down that road a little bit. Kind of there would be a legitimately badass, scary team.
That's definitely on the agenda.
I'm a little bit concerned about this WrestleMania match, though.
Yeah, I think it may be a bit too soon.
That's just two old part-timers, and Steph hasn't wrestled. In 10 years? And then you got someone who's never wrestled in a live crowd.
I'm excited though.
It's going to be Kurt Angle and Rousey versus Triple H and Steph.
Yeah. I love seeing Triple H wrestle. He can go on for another 15 years as far as I'm concerned.
I just kind of think with Ronda, you kind of want someone who can carry her a little bit, someone a bit younger who can make her look amazing.
It could ruin.
I think
could ruin.
Trying to bring back Jason Jordan.
Wow. No.
Nope. Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie and Ronda.
Yeah.
It's just going to be very slow, which maybe that might be her to her benefit.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, so Triple H went through the table, and this brings me to a chance for you guys to win a podcast point. So this is getting serious now, guys. Triple H doesn't have a brilliant history with Elimination Chamber events, actually. So obviously he just went through the table. Ronda chucked him through that. But during the first ever Elimination Chamber event, Triple H suffered a wrist injury, and he very nearly had a crushed trachea and esophagus after a frog splash from, any guesses?
Rikishi.
Eddie Guerrero.
Rikishi and Eddie Guerrero? No. Thought you might remember it. Brett?
Shawn Michaels.
No.
Is it Rob Van Dam?
Yes.
Can I get that point, or is that kind of like a...
did you Google it?
No, I did not. You would have heard my keyboard if I did.
I didn't hear your old school mechanical keyboard.
Frog splash.
I did the process of elimination.
Shout.
Was it Eddie Guerrero who did the frog splash? No, it must have been Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. You get the point.
Logical thinking rather than just plucking a name out of the air.
Yeah. None of you said Kane. Surprising. Well done, Sam. 1 point for you. So on to the main event, the men's Elimination Chamber match for the chance to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. This match started off with Elias, and then we had The Miz, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman in the match. We all knew what was going to happen here, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, I was really hoping they were going to swerve us. It just feels like Braun has to be in the main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah. It really does. It's ridiculous that Roman won this.
I just don't know what they're going to do with Braun, but they have to capitalise at some point.
So the
He's
word
so
on
over
the
at the
street...
On the street?
Yeah. Word on the street is Braun's plans for WrestleMania are an Intercontinental title match with The Miz.
Yeah. The trouble is, you've got quite a lot of talent that haven't got anything to do, like Seth Rollins. What's Balor doing?
Yeah, this is the weird thing about this match, is it highlights how great the talent is in this match, and yet they're going ahead with this Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar bullshit.
Yeah. Plus,
it's got to the point now where I'm like, they've kind of been building this for a year, And although, WWE has its ups and downs, I kind of trust them a little bit. Maybe we just go along with it. Like, fine, this is a grand plan. Let's go with it.
No, we criticise it heavily.
But
I think it'll be like, I think it'll be a decent match. I think it'll be a decent clash as well.
Yeah.
I like Roman a little bit more after his promo on Raw.
Yeah, that's the only thing that sort of made me think it could be a little bit different, because that was the promo of his career so far. I think
Definitely.
it was so good.
Yesterday's Raw, because I haven't seen what happened.
He just came out with a promo. Brock was supposed to appear. They were saying that Brock was going to be there and he was going to come out and go face to face with Roman. And Roman comes out and he starts talking and he's just chatting shit, and then he sort of says, guys, I know that Brock isn't here tonight, and sort of having a go at him for being a part-timer and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, cool. It was really good.
Yeah, it just felt more natural from Roman as well, though. It didn't feel forced or, like some of the stuff where he's been insulting people in the past and whatnot. It just feels like he's trying forced too hard sort of thing, and it felt more natural. It felt more
like he was. Yeah, it was actually, maybe there was some truth in it.
That's
sort of got
really
the feeling.
good to hear, because the thing is, I don't think I have a problem with Roman being champion. I'm fine with that. I just don't like the predictability of it. I don't like the fact that everyone's in this massive queue until Roman and Brock have this epic fight.
Plus, also from Raw, I don't know whether that word on the street with Braun Strowman is happening, because they had this, like, a match with Seth Rollins and The Miz, and then that followed with Finn Balor and The Miz, and that's going to have something to do with their match at Mania.
Yeah, predictions of a triple threat between those three at WrestleMania for the title.
That match could steal the show.
I don't know. This is a show with Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles on it.
I actually kind of think that triple threat might be better than that.
And to be fair, after this Elimination Chamber, I could see that. I think both Seth Rollins and Finn Balor brought their A game.
Yeah, Finn Balor looked great, especially when he sort of squared up to Braun and they had that exchange.
It's really nice that they've done that with Finn, especially after his showing in the Royal Rumble. They're really giving him a chance to shine at the moment, which is great.
Absolutely. I think he's taking it with both hands. I think it's coming across really well.
Yeah.
Love Blue Balor as well.
Blue Balor.
Hey, I made a note about that. I wrote, John is going to love Blue Balor.
Hardest part of the ring blue.
Klein blue? It was gorgeous.
Yeah, that is hardest part of the ring blue.
Incredible.
Thanks, Finn.
What about Elias in this match?
So over.
Because he
out of place.
I know, but he had a sequence where they really sort of put him over for a bit, and then he ruined it with a really lame elbow drop.
It wasn't his best one, was it?
No, it was a terrible.
I think he deserved his place in this match, though. He's been so over the last
couple
of weeks.
I actually didn't think in the ring he looked out of place. I think his name per se would be.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, his name so far in build up is out of place in this match, but I actually think he showed himself pretty well in there.
Yeah.
When you've got Elias, it means you can start off with him on the guitar, and it's always going to go down well. And it was a particularly good one, wasn't it? I'm sure you're used to seeing someone you love behind bars. That was amazing.
Actually, we've got a question here from Slice555. Can't believe how over Elias is these days, considering his time in NXT. What is next for him?
Yeah, I hated him in NXT.
Oh, yeah, me too. Awful.
I just hated him. It's like, this is the worst gimmick ever.
Yeah.
And now I think it's one of the best.
Elias coming up to the main roster is a real testament to Triple H's nous.
Yeah.
Nous. We're going to go with nous. A real testament to him knowing, what is best for business. Oh, God.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bo Dallas was an NXT champ, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was.
And then look at him.
He was fantastic in NXT.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Yeah. There must be because NXT definitely feels more indie.
Yeah.
So there obviously is, quite a massive difference in what the crowds, certainly with WWE crowds, want compared to, their NXT crowds.
Yeah. I think in the long run, though, I mean, it's sort of comparable to Strowman, sort of set, both of them are so over, but I wouldn't say that Elias needs to get a belt.
No, I think Elias...
keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah, he's probably at his level. He's like a good sort of heat magnet at mid-card level.
If he was on SmackDown, then maybe, US title level, but he isn't, so I think he can just keep doing what he's doing.
I'm enjoying it. I really want to get one of his T-shirts. I might consider it when it's have a sale, actually.
Braun Strowman, I really like Braun Strowman, but I think he's got such a shit finisher.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the power slam.
It is terrible. And to see it again and again and again in a short space of time does not improve it.
No.
It was a real statement having him eliminate everyone. I thought that was really cool.
It kind of felt like they were booking this match for him.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Well, that's when you kind of knew. I thought when he'd eliminated his third person, I thought, well, there you go. Now you know for sure that Roman's winning it, because they can't just have one guy, especially when Roman's there. They can't have one guy going through everybody and winning. That just wouldn't happen.
Why not?
Well, because they don't do that. It's like they always give they I just didn't think that was going to happen.
No, I didn't think it was going to happen, but it could do. The crowd would have gone bonkers.
There's always
as
a
well.
chance. Yeah, I would have gone bonkers.
My favourite part of this match was Braun Strowman chasing up Miz onto the top of the pod and just constantly smashing his face against the side.
The
camera angle on that was so good. It just
on
really
the perspex, that was great.
Yeah,
and the Miz
leaving all those smears and stuff.
Fully making the right faces as he slams against it. I love the Miz.
Yeah, me too. But I kind of think in this match there were two people that were quite anonymous, and one was the Miz, and the other was Roman Reigns until the end.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Yeah. Although, I mean, we heard Michael Cole shout Superman punch about 6 times.
God.
Yeah.
I thought of you, Brett.
Yeah.
But how awesome was it when they did the shield bomb on Strowman and Braun, and then everyone did their finish on him, and he still kicked out.
Especially after the attitude adjustment when he kicked out after one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the attitude adjustment, then we had Roman Reigns doing the spear, then we had Rollins doing the stomp, then we had Balor's coup de grace, and then Elias trying to pin everybody, which is really funny. Before getting eliminated.
I do like Rollins' stomp as well.
What is that
I prefer
called?
it to his ripcord knee.
It's just called a stomp now, isn't it? It's just a stomp. No longer a curb stomp.
It used to be called the blackout, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Why don't they use that? That makes sense. The stomp's just not very exciting, is it?
No.
Not really.
It sounds like an oi band or something like that, maybe.
It's like tap dance with bins, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a West End show where they bang bins about.
Yeah.
I've got a weird thing with his names because, like, his ripcord knee, I'm pretty sure they changed the name of that. I thought it was called Knee Trigger. No, sorry, I thought it was called like a Knee Maker or some kind of combination of Rainmaker and Knee Trigger. I don't know. It's all kinds of crazy.
Rain Trigger.
WWE. Rain Trigger. Thank you. Probably.
Moving on. So, what about the frog splash? I had a little note here saying Rollins' frog splash was pretty awesome from on top of the pod.
That was cool.
I was partly hoping he'd do a Phoenix Splash.
Yeah.
Probably would have caught his feet in the top of the cage. Man, Seth Rollins is a fucking great wrestler.
He's killing it at the moment, isn't he?
Yes. I love the fact he came out with his Monday Night Rollins t-shirt.
Yeah.
And obviously what he did on Raw last week, going over an hour, was incredible. I mean, that's the thing. That's what I think I'm quite impressed with, is that they've had this match with so many big names, and then people like Rollins and Balor are still coming out looking really strong, even though they weren't close to winning it.
Yeah.
I think it's sort of because we know they're not going to as well.
Yeah,
like because we're in on the whole Roman Reigns is going to win it. We don't look down on them for losing.
This match made me really think how much I want a Seth Rollins Finn Balor feud.
Yeah, that would be sick.
I would eat that up.
Well, they teamed up, didn't they? That was a really funny start, wasn't it? When the Miz was like, "Hey, should we team up?"
Yes, I love the Miz trying to do the too sweet. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Somebody who we haven't talked about at all, and I don't know if it's just a sign of the times or just a sign of this match, but John Cena, he was in the match.
Was he?
Yeah. He went out third. Didn't really do an awful lot. I mean, he did the double 5-knuckle shuffle, but the 5-knuckle shuffle is just whack. I think I hate it.
It just feels like a really cheap people's elbow, doesn't it?
People's elbow, exactly.
It is.
Yeah,
it is a knockoff people's elbow,
and he doesn't connect properly with them, so it's like a 5-knuckle sort of slight scrape of the forehead. I don't know. It's not good. Obviously, John Cena, looked pretty devastated, and he was due to, well, that was his path to WrestleMania, and now he doesn't know what he's going to do. We should probably mention briefly what happened on Raw last night.
Yeah.
Brett, I know you felt strongly about this.
Yeah. Well, he had a weird post Elimination Chamber interview, didn't he? Because they showed that as well
on Raw Talk.
Yeah, which was a bit weird with him like, oh, I'm going to have to break the rules and blah, I'm going to think about it, and then walked off. And it was like, okay, what? And then they sort of made, I think I've read some stuff, so I sort of get it now, but he had like this big promo in the ring and he'd figured it out and he called out The Undertaker. And so you're like, and so I was like, oh God, no.
What?
The Undertaker
he said, right, we're going to have a match with Undertaker. And the crowd went crazy. Like they were so up for it.
John Cena with like a Keenan and Kel-esque clap.
Keenan and Kel reference, people.
Yes.
Let's give that a clap.
Yes. There's the orange soda. And then he said, but that's not happening. You know.
What?
And like he totally killed it straight afterwards. And I think from reading, the thought is it is happening. And obviously and it ended up with saying like, I'm going over because I'm a free agent. I'm going over to SmackDown. Make my way to Mania over there. So obviously he's going to appear on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But
do you think they were trying to test the water, get some crowd reaction, see what they thought, or did they probably just push on with it, even if they'd all booed?
I think they'd have pushed on with it.
Yeah, crowd reaction doesn't sway WWE in the slightest.
No, not at all.
What was I
There'll
thinking?
just be more CM Punk chants.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if we do get Cena Undertaker at Mania, I'm not watching that match. I'm not.
John, are you watching any of the matches?
Yeah, you're on holiday, aren't you?
I will watch it when I get back, but I'm not watching that match.
So this is John, Mr. 100%, the only person to have featured on all 19 episodes of Hardest Part of the Ring. Is on holiday during WrestleMania.
Skipping out on the biggest wrestling event of the year.
I mean, WrestleMania should be the first thing in your calendar every year. When you book
I thought it was the weekend before. I thought it was the first weekend of April.
Atrocious. Unless you've got a travel package and you're heading out there, then no holiday should be allowed at that time.
I'm absolutely gutted about it as well.
Yeah.
You sound it. You even just talked about how you were just going to voluntarily not watch one of the matches.
Yeah.
So anyway, Roman Reigns is headlining WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think I just want this match out of the way. You know, just get it done, and then we can actually have some proper feuds again over titles that matter.
So this will be the fourth time Reigns has headlined WrestleMania. For podcast points, can you name the two superstars who have got the most main event in WrestleMania?
Triple H.
He's second.
Oh, Kane.
John Cena.
No, John Cena's 5.
What?
The Rock.
Rock is 4.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
3.
Shawn Michaels.
5.
Hulk Hogan.
8. He's the winner.
Ah.
All right.
I did think Hulk Hogan. But
2 points.
Didn't say him. So.
He's also the only one who's actually headlined 4 in a row, the same as Roman has.
Early ones, right? Very early.
Yeah.
Should we cut out like loads of our guessing and make it sound like we got Hulk Hogan fairly early on?
No,
we're stupid.
You got the point.
That.
Hey,
we are not pros.
We look stupid. We're happy to look stupid. This is not an expert podcast. We've made that very clear on many occasions.
And it definitely wasn't Kane.
No.
Hulk Hogan was such an obvious answer as well.
It's not though, is it? Because he's not really part of the WWE.
He's not part of the WWE lexicon at the moment. He's exiled for racism. Probably a good thing.
Yes. Anyway, let's bring this to a close. That was the men's Elimination Chamber match. And Elimination Chamber as a whole, it's sort of back to the same old formula, like ups and downs, some really poor stuff that we never want to talk about ever again. And then some good standout moments. So I guess they'll be happy. They got their moments. We had the Alexa Bliss promo, which was amazing. We had Triple H going through the table, which was amazing. We had Strowman eliminating 5 people, which was pretty amazing. So, yeah, some enjoyable bits.
Yeah, it felt to me like a bit of a middle of the road kind of pay-per-view, to be honest.
And we copy and pasted that from every other pay-per-view podcast we've done.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was right.
There are a couple of moments in this one, but I didn't enjoy most of it.
Hey guys, I've been watching a lot of WCW recently. This was a delight.
Is that the key? Watch some atrocious...
Like it's a palate cleanser.
John, are you on Buff Bagwell watch?
Yeah, he's welding steel cages together.
Yes.
Right, let's move on.
And he dropped the WWE United Kingdom champion on the hardest part of the ring.
So now it's time to crown our second ever hardest part of the ring champion. A few weeks ago, we named our first one. Didn't go particularly well, but Sam can update us on that.
Yeah, so we crowned our hardest part of the ring champion, Jason Jordan, who held the title for 28 full days.
Not bad.
Yeah? I mean, that's...
Well, not bad, but he only defended it once, right?
Yeah, it's record setting.
Did.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He did set 2 records. Good for him.
He needs
The
that now
inaugural
as well.
champion.
Like, he really needs this.
Anything to get over Jason. Just for anyone who doesn't know what the hardest part of the ring champion is, essentially we are selecting a random wrestler who will become our new hardest part of the ring champion. And then it's a kind of winner stays on system where unless they are pinned or submitted, they will continue to be champion. Unless, well, as previously mentioned, if they're pinned or submitted, then the new pinnee? Submitting? I'm not really sure. Wrestling is weird. The person who pins or submits the new champion will become the new champion. Cool. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys.
That's all completely clear. Okay, so you've put everybody's name into a random thing.
54 people in the random picker.
Just quickly. Yeah, who do we want it to be? John, who do you want it to be?
Titus O'Neil.
Brett?
Goldust.
Oh, okay. I'd like it to be someone like Seth or Finn. Yes, I'm going to go for Seth Rollins.
Cool. All right. Well, your new champion is... it's his day today.
It's Rusev Day.
Every day.
Oh, that's
the
amazing.
new hardest part of the ring champion, Alexander Rusev.
Oh,
Today
good.
is Rusev Day. Happy Rusev Day, everybody.
Yeah.
He became champion on Rusev Day. That's amazing.
That is
What the
incredible. What a coincidence. Amazing. So yeah, Rusev is our new champion. So next time we podcast, we will keep an eye on that. We're paying attention not only to Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views, but also to house shows as well. So let's see how long he can remain the champ.
Incredible. Rusev finally winning something.
Yeah. God, we're doing great things for these wrestlers. Jason Jordan and Rusev, a lot to thank us for.
Ribcage first across the apron.
Next podcast, we're going to take the next week off because we've done 3 weeks in a row, and this is hard work. So we're going to take next week off, and then Fastlane is the next pay-per-view in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to review that, and then the week after that is very exciting because we're going to have our next quiz. Some people hopefully will have listened to our Christmas quiz extravaganza back in December. We made the decision to make it a quarterly thing. And as Sam was the winner last time, he is now in charge. He is the quiz host.
The power.
Yeah. How's that going? Have you started writing the
So,
questions?
yeah, I've got loads of questions written down, some of which don't actually make sense, I've realised, so I'm going to have to go through that. I'm going to drop one right now on you guys. That didn't make any sense. What does NXT stand for?
The next generation.
Next.
It doesn't stand for anything.
No.
Yeah, that was unfortunately the answer. It doesn't stand for... So that's the level of quality of quiz that you could be ready for.
Oh my God.
Just one of those names, they take the vowel out.
Yeah. It turns out it didn't stand for anything. Good job.
If you add that preview question to your explanation of the hardest part of the ring champion, then God, the listeners are going to be frothing with excitement.
Shouldn't have taken a week off.
Deary me. How do people get in touch, Brett?
If you want to send us any questions, if you want to wish us well, if you want to critique us, please be nice. Praises are more welcome, obviously. You can email us. It's hardestpartofthering@gmail.com, or you can talk to us on social media where we are at hardestpartpod.
Brilliant.
Cool.
Yeah, that is it. That is our Elimination Chamber 2018 review. For now, it is goodbye from me. Goodbye, Sam.
See ya.
Goodbye, John.
Goodbye.
And goodbye, Brett.
Bye.
That was the hardest part of the ring.
That is the hardest part of that ring.
On the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring.
Oh, here goes. The champ
is here!
I think she's great. I can't get enough of her.